but to be a Briganti before she's dead. Rah-rah Dana, rah-rah Steve, rah-rah camp, rah-rah love. We started out with 23 others just like you and me, but you could always find one of us in the infirmary. At activities we shined, but we were never out on time. We were the angels of Camp Wani.
Demons was a misleading name. We were not the trouble our name explained. We walked around with our heads held high because being a demon at Wani gave us pride.
As Ajastics, we were always late for activities, but we always gave it our all, whether it was pioneering swimming or basketball.
As lost girls, we marched forward, our spirits were high. As seniors, we triumphed, passing the demons, every girls we left behind. When we marched, our hearts were bad immunity for our lost girl victory.
As mini girls, we opened the door and smacked Jessie in the head. Tracy's face was always hidden in her bed. Baywatch Cabana sat outside the bunk, and then there were always prizes in the big blue trunk.
Waitress Summer, it was Jabber's birthday, Backstreet Boys, and we wanted it that way. We were the waitresses of 1999. We came from cities far and wide. You were the Floridian. We had New Yorkers and Paramus. We were all for one, one for all. We were the waitresses. And now we can count off.
In 1992, I started at a place called Wani, where I met a girl named Dana who liked to always call OD. In the last 21 years, I have seen her grow and mature, sometimes wearing a catcher's mask, but always with a smile. And now we're getting ready to watch her walk down the aisle. My bachelor party in the Hamptons was one for the books. Not like the old days when we would hang out with the cooks. We bitch, we fight, even getting a little physical. Just like in the Hamptons, you never did get in the middle. Neither of us making varsity was always a drag, not going on the outings and getting the rights to brag. Remember when we went to arts and craft for square dance, we needed to make costumes and cut paper mache pants. But unfortunately, with a slip of the scissors, you ended up cutting off the tip of your finger. Now, Steve, I'm sure you have said, because I have done the same, damn, these camp friends are insane. But regardless of the crazy, the 8 of us have a bond that can never be severed. So Steve, sucks for you, but you're stuck with us forever.
We grew up alongside each other since we were 10. We were always boy crazy with our crushes way older than us then. We would rollerblade around our bunk and go through each other's clothes to borrow. If only our counselors who we drove nuts could see you now, the lawyer getting married tomorrow. Steve has been around long enough to see our bizarre group always loud and yelling. It's hard to win us over, but we were big fans from the beginning. Steve, welcome to the fam. Now you have no choice, you're one of us. Can't wait till we're the parents sending our kids off on the camp bus.
When we're a camper, it seems like another lifetime away, and although we lived all over the country from our child friends, we will never stray. Dana, you've always kept our bond alive. It's easy to see. Now we welcome Steve to the family, your husband-to-be. You're a great, caring friend and deserve only the best. We're thrilled to celebrate with you tonight, tomorrow, and the rest.
We were attached at the hip all through middle school, singing and dancing in your room till love fool. We would drink your parents' alcohol and steal from them. And I'd lie to my mom about riding around in your car. As time went on, there were a few guys, but none of them were the ultimate prize. When I first heard about Steve was the night you two first met. You seemed really into him, I will never forget. Things moved fast right away and the feelings were strong. You trusted your gut and I hoped you weren't wrong. Then I met Steve and I saw what you saw. He loved Spencer just as much as you, which was the most important of all.
Swimming with Rocky at the house in New York, ignoring baby Kay because she was such a dork. Memorial Day weekend, getting along like we were supposed to, yachting with the parents, swimming through the intercoastal. That summer with Lice, the one with hand, foot, and mouth, we stuck it out when Wani began to go south. For Camp Halloween, we were trick-or-treating in a parade. I was Madonna, and you were the Ace of Spades. Nikki, Nora, Random Lady, and Freda, you falsely screamed for OD because we all made you. And who could forget how terrible we were as mere children then? Paint fights, stealing snacks, and writing on the walls with red pen. We traveled to faraway places and had our thrills. raiding Bunk 3, the canteen, and High Hills. Played hard, played proud, and always played fair, never forgetting to yell, "Eat it, Camp Delaware." Breakfast under a ceiling of lodge girls' bras, sitting in timeout staring at the poster for The Wizard of Oz. Red Adventure of Fantasy, Wizards, and Fear, Pub 2000, Franchise, Green, and Beer. From Hoochies to 3 lawyers, no one would have bet. I guess you could say Stacy and I followed in your footsteps. So here now is my legal advice. You took me away from my bar study, so you'll have to listen and pay the price. In the words of Cardozo or Judge Learned Hands, let's review this formation before we allocate a wedding band. Steve's love for you never lacked, but does Steve know where he's getting with this contract? Steve, you get a wife in Dana and a new sister in Kay, and you get Dana's promise to believe you over all hearsay. She will always be the center of your family component, and she promises to never be your party opponent. Dana agrees to love you and the Giants. That's not rough, but without consideration, she'll never agree to root for the Tufts. Dana will always hold your feelings at the highest relevance, and she will never rely on improper character evidence. She will cook for you, but always with reasonable care under the circumstances. Assume all your risks, your liability, and be a partner for all future dances. She promises to walk Spencer 2 weeks out of the year, and never place you or a third party close to you in imminent reasonable fear. She'll love you, adore you, and take that oath before the gods. She will sign your marriage contract and satisfy the statute of frauds. We, as third-party beneficiaries to this contract between you two, promise to perform our duties, not breach and never sue. We will treat you, Steve, as one of our own, even if that means yell, scream, and fight. You know that's what we condone. But most of all, we wish you both the very best in sharing your sentiment. Thank you for hearing our poem and our exercise of the First Amendment. We're so happy for you, Dana and Steve. The weekend is finally here. Let's all celebrate this milestone. Raise our glasses and cheer.
And that's how it's done. That was longer than I was.